I thought you were home before. But she looked at me with a weird face and said, No, I just got home. Hi guys, welcome to the Quora Zone. I'm wearing these glasses because I am super tired and this ring light is burning through my sleep deprived eyes. Anyway, the title that we'll be reading from today is What is your strangest glitch in the Matrix story? And our first post is from Siddharth. I was the only one in the store, and a car pulled up to one, with the two double-sided pumps out front. Pretty standard white four-door. I'm not great with car brands, but it's a little nicer, like upper middle class, and probably only a few years old. A woman gets out and starts walking towards our door like she's in a daze. Legit, this woman looked like she saw a ghost. She wanders up, sort of freezes at the door for a second, with a 1,000-yard stare, before opening it in and coming in. She didn't go looking for anything, didn't start shopping, just sort of stood inside for what felt like ages. Again, bars are still open, so I think maybe she's a little drunk, or had a rough night or something, so I give the usual, welcome to gas station, let me know if you need any help finding anything, and she finally notices me and immediately asks me the weirdest damn question I've ever been asked on the job. You can see me, right? Yeah. Like, what else do you say? She breaks down crying in the middle of my store, so I'm already headed around the corner to see what's up. I have my cell phone out just in case I need to call the cops or something for her. I get her to sit down on a nearby pallet of soda, and I grab her a bottle of water, and after she catches her breath a little, she tells me, I thought I had died. Again, I'm thinking maybe she is on something, but she's a middle-aged woman who looks like a standard local suburban housewife. We're a pretty boring township without your average junkies that you'd find closer to the cities. So she asks if she can call her husband to pick her up and wait with me. She has her own phone and she does so. Not really telling him anything either, just where she is at and if he can come get her. He says he'll call an Uber and be there as soon as possible. We're waiting. So far nobody else has showed up, so I'm keeping most of my attention on her, and eventually she starts to explain to me. I was driving home from dinner with my co-workers, and as I'm driving through a nearby intersection I recognized, a truck ran a red light and hit me. Now, her car is still at the pump without a scratch on it. She goes on to say something she remembers, her car being pushed into a pole, going airborne and then nothing. I tried to calm her down, letting her know that her car is out front and it looks fine, but she insisted that she completely blacked out, woke up in an ambulance for a split second, passed out again, and then woke up again in the driver's seat of her car, at the intersection waiting for the light to change. Perfectly fine. This whole thing freaked her out so badly that she drove to the nearest anything, us, just so she could get out of the car. Husband eventually showed up to get her. He asked if I had any idea what happened, and even though she should have explained to me, I just shrugged, because no, I had no idea what was happening anymore. She reluctantly got into the passenger seat of the car and he drove him back home. That was hours ago, which I worked an entire shift at the station trying to wrap my head around what the absolute hell I had witnessed. Right, so I actually watched a bit of Glitch in the Matrix stories myself, and from my own knowledge of what I've watched, this definitely seems like she died and she has jumped timelines. So in the original timeline, she died, but something happened, made her jump, and she is now in a timeline where she is actually alive. Alright, our next post is from Anonymous. I'm not sure if this is a glitch or some kind of horror story, but it remains a mystery until this day. This moment happened a few years ago. Me and my sister shared a bedroom. I sleep on a bed that was put closely to a wall, and she sleeps on a mattress on the floor beside my bed. At that time, she likes to hang out with her friends, and almost every day we'll come home after midnight, or sometimes have a sleepover at a friend's house. Our bedroom lock is broken, so sometimes we get stuck, and if we close the door we cannot open from outside unless we use a key. One day I went to sleep before my sister came home, but I make sure to open the door a bit so the door is not locked. I like to sleep while my face is facing against the wall. The first knock. After a deep sleep, suddenly I wake up as I hear someone knocking the door. I was too sleepy to get up, so I just turn my head to see if my sister is already home. I can see her asleep on the floor, but her face is facing the other side, so I just see her back, and then I turn over my head back to the wall while talking to her. Hey, you go open the door. See who is that? I assume that time it was my mother to check whether my sister is already home. After that, I go back to sleep without checking if she hears it or not. The second knock. I'm not sure how many hours or minutes after I sleep back for the second time, but suddenly I hear someone knocking the door again. At that time, I'm quite pissed off because my sleep is being disturbed by the knocking. So I said, "Ah, who's that? Go look and open the door." While turn my head over to my sister again, but she's not there. Because I was confused, I instantly get up and go check the bathroom that was attached inside our room, but she's not in there. I go and open the door, and then there she is, standing in front of me. I asked her confused, "I thought you were home before." But she looked at me with a weird face and said, "No, I just got home." And then she went to sleep and left me confused. Until today, it gives me creeps to think about who's sleeping with me at the first knock. Because let's say, if I'm confused and got switched to order, here knock, no sleeping sister. I open the door, my sister just got home. And here knock again, see a sleeping sister, not open the door. Why'd I even think about asking her if she's already home, if I never seen her before? I probably shouldn't be reading this at night time. Our next post is from Debbie Todd. I wear contact lenses daily, and about 20 years ago, as I took the right lens out of my eye in order to clean it and store it, it disappeared into thin air. I looked everywhere. I was standing at the bathroom sink at the time, on the back of the sink, on my clothing, on the floor, even on the wall in front of me, but I could not find the lens. These were monthly lenses, and I had more, so I thought no more about it and just opened a new lens to use the following day. Months passed, during which time I thoroughly cleaned the bathroom, the sink, the tiles on the wall, and the bathroom floor several times. I'd almost forgotten about the disappearing contact lens. Then, one morning, about 4 months later, having already inserted both contact lenses, I was stood at the bathroom sink and about to wash my hands. I was looking at the bathroom tiles on the splashback above the sink and saw a contact lens appear and fall onto the sink. I have no explanation for how this happened. As I pointed out, I've cleaned all the nearby surfaces several times, and I've searched quite diligently for the lens when it disappeared. One of the strangest aspects of this story is that a contact lens that's not stored in lens solution dries out pretty quickly, shrinking and becoming quite hard, rather than soft as they do when stored correctly. The contact lens that appeared was still soft, as if it had just come out of a solution or had just been removed from the eye. Alright guys, that is all from the Quora Zone today with the Glitch in the Matrix stories. Let me know if you have any of your own Glitch in the Matrix stories and let me know in the comments or even send it to my email which is in the description below. And do you guys have your own opinions on these Glitch in the Matrix stories that has happened to help these poor people or even other people that are watching this video?